Welcome to my channel, HD Rare Coins 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent pennies, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. In the world of coin collecting, certain pieces stand out not just because of their rarity, but because of the stories they carry. One such coin is the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a seemingly simple piece of currency that holds much more than meets the eye. If you're a coin enthusiast or even just a curious viewer, you might find yourself wondering, what makes this penny so special, and how did it rise to such remarkable value? Well, sit back and get ready to embark on a fascinating journey through history, design, and discovery as we unravel the story of the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Let's start by setting the stage for 1976. It was a year that saw Americans celebrating the bicentennial of their nation's independence. The country had just entered the 200th year since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Bicentennial fever was in full swing, and everywhere you looked, from TV specials to parades, red, white, and blue were the order of the day. Even the currency took part in this celebration. The United States Mint issued special bicentennial coins, most notably the quarter, which would feature a design commemorating the event. But what about the 1-cent coin? The humble penny, a coin often overlooked in the grand scheme of American currency, didn't get the same celebratory makeover as the other coins. The Lincoln cent, however, was a special coin in its own right, having been in circulation since 1909. The year 1976 marked a significant milestone in the history of the penny. While there wasn't a major redesign for the bicentennial, the 1976 penny would still hold a unique place in the hearts of collectors. The design of the Lincoln cent itself is one of the most iconic and enduring in American coinage. The obverse, or front, of the coin features the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's image on the penny has been unchanged since it was first introduced, except for a minor change in the early years. Initially, Brenner's initials were placed on the coin's reverse, but after some controversy, they were moved to the obverse side. This was the first instance of a portrait of a real person being used on American currency in nearly 50 years, and it quickly became one of the most recognizable images in the world. The reverse of the 1976 penny features the familiar design of the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, replacing the wheat ears that had been on the reverse since the coin's debut. The Lincoln Memorial, designed by Gasparo, pays tribute to the monument that stands in Washington, D.C., which itself is dedicated to the 16th President of the United States. Over the decades, this reverse design has become almost as iconic as the obverse, symbolizing not just Lincoln's legacy, but the ideals of freedom and unity that he fought for. Now, let's fast forward to 1976. By this point, the Lincoln cent was already a staple in American circulation for over 6 decades, and the design had remained largely unchanged. But despite its continued use, the penny wasn't always a coin that captured the imagination of collectors. For many years, its value remained relatively modest, with only certain special editions, such as proof coins or those from particular mints, being of interest to numismatists. The 1976 penny, however, had something unique about it. It was minted at a time when American coinage was undergoing a number of subtle changes. With inflation and rising production costs, there were growing concerns about the cost-effectiveness of producing the penny, which was made of copper at the time. In fact, pennies were often not worth the cost of production itself. By the mid-1980s, the penny would undergo a major change in its composition, shifting to a copper-plated zinc mix in 1982. But the 1976 penny, like other pennies minted during this era, was still primarily made of copper, giving it a distinctive weight and feel. But what makes the 1976 penny really special, and why has it become such a sought-after coin among collectors? As with many coins, it all comes down to rarity and condition. While millions of 1976 pennies were produced, it was the rare instances of misstruck coins or coins that were in exceptional condition that began to catch the attention of collectors. Some of the 1976 pennies were found with errors in the minting process, mistakes that would go unnoticed by most people, but were easily identifiable to a trained numismatist. One of the most famous errors is the 1976 double die penny, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned. This results in a noticeable doubling of the numbers and letters on the coin, particularly the Liberty inscription and the date. The doubling effect makes these coins highly desirable, and a 1976 double die penny in good condition can be worth thousands of dollars, an impressive jump from its original face value of 1 cent. Other variants of the 1976 penny have also captured the attention of collectors, such as those that feature unusual mint marks, or even those that were produced at different mints. While the Philadelphia Mint typically struck the majority of pennies in 1976, coins minted in Denver or San Francisco may be more difficult to find, adding to their value. But, even beyond these small variations, it is the sheer availability of these coins in good condition that has made the 1976 penny a favorite among collectors. One important thing to note is that the 1976 penny was not a limited edition coin. There was no special run or low mintage production that would normally make a coin rare from the outset. Yet, with coins that were carefully preserved, uncirculated, or error-prone, these became highly valuable as they grew older. Over time, it has become clear that certain coins from the 1970s, including the 1976 penny, have attracted attention because of the age, rarity, and the relative scarcity of high-quality specimens. By the time the early 2000s rolled around, people began to realize that the 1976 Lincoln cent was more than just a regular penny. It had a charm, a significance, and an appeal that transcended its humble beginnings. That realization sparked a wave of interest among collectors, and the price of these coins began to climb. A 1976 penny, especially one in pristine condition, could now be worth more than just a few cents. It could be worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars. So, what is the current value of the 1976 Lincoln 1 cent penny? If you were to find a 1976 penny with a rare error, or one that is in absolutely mint condition, unblemished, shiny, and perhaps even graded by a professional numismatic organization, you could be looking at a coin worth $55,000 or more. That's right. A single penny, once worth just 1 cent, could potentially sell for tens of thousands of dollars, all because of the unique circumstances surrounding its production, condition, and rarity. This staggering value has captivated the imaginations of both seasoned collectors and newcomers to the world of coin collecting. For many, the 1976 penny represents more than just a piece of currency. It's a reminder of history, a symbol of how even the smallest details can change the value of an object, and a tribute to the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln. So, next time you come across a 1976 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. It might not look like much at first glance, but in the world of numismatics, it could be worth more than you ever imagined. Whether you're a collector or just an admirer of history, the story of the 1976 penny serves as a perfect example of how seemingly insignificant items can be transformed into prized treasures over time. If you ever come across one of these rarities, you might just be holding on to a piece of history, and who knows, it could be worth a small fortune. Always remember, in the world of coin collecting, every penny counts. Top 2. The story of American coinage is a tale that stretches back over 2 centuries, full of fascinating turns, remarkable designs, and coins that have stood the test of time. Among the many coins that have passed through the hands of millions of Americans, the Lincoln 1 cent penny stands as one of the most iconic. Since its introduction in 1909, this coin has undergone many changes, each reflecting the country's history, values, and artistic evolution. Yet, one of the most interesting chapters in the Lincoln penny story lies in the modern era, particularly the year 2010. To understand what makes the 2010 Lincoln 1 cent penny so special, we need to look back at the history of the Lincoln cent. The Lincoln penny was first minted in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin featured the image of President Lincoln, marking the first time an actual person had been featured on U.S. coinage in nearly 50 years. The reverse, initially showing 2 ears of wheat, was later replaced in 1959 with the iconic Lincoln Memorial, symbolizing the enduring legacy of the 16th president and his contributions to the nation. Throughout the years, the Lincoln penny has witnessed a variety of changes, but by the time we reach the year 2010, it's safe to say that the coin had evolved into something deeply embedded in the fabric of American life. The design had been in circulation for over 50 years by this time, and many collectors had begun to take notice of minor changes, errors, and unique varieties that set certain years and mintings apart from others. In 2010, the United States Mint produced the Lincoln penny as part of a series of commemorative designs celebrating the life of Abraham Lincoln. This particular year was unique in that it marked the 201st anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and the Mint took this opportunity to issue a special reverse design for the penny. It was part of a 4-coin series that would span from 2009 to 2011, showcasing key moments from Lincoln's life. But what set the 2010 penny apart from its predecessors was not just its special reverse. It was the story it would come to tell through its design, minting process, and its incredible appeal to collectors in the years to come. The 2010 Lincoln penny featured a reverse design that depicted a log cabin, symbolizing Lincoln's humble beginnings in a small, one-room cabin in Kentucky. This design was a tribute to Lincoln's rise from poverty to the presidency, a journey that defined his life and his legacy. The image of the log cabin was meant to evoke the struggles Lincoln faced in his early years, and how these challenges shaped the man who would go on to lead the United States through its most divisive period, the Civil War. This design was a poignant reminder of the enduring American values of perseverance and self-determination. The obverse of the 2010 penny, like the pennies before it, featured the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. This image of Lincoln had been in use since 1909, and while the design itself had not changed, the significance of the penny remained as powerful as ever. Every time someone held a 2010 penny, they were reminded of Lincoln's enduring legacy, his leadership during the Civil War, and his commitment to ending slavery. But what makes the 2010 Lincoln 1-cent penny stand out, even more, are the subtle changes that occurred in its minting process. Like many coins of this era, the penny was struck at different mints across the United States, and this created opportunities for collectors to find valuable variations, especially when it came to mint marks. The 2010 penny was struck at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, with each of these coins bearing different mint marks. The mint mark tells the story of where the coin was produced, and for collectors, finding a rare mint mark or a coin with a specific feature can make all the difference. Among the most sought-after versions of the 2010 Lincoln penny are those that feature rare errors or imperfections. One such error is the 2010 double die variety, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin is misaligned, causing the image to appear doubled. This error is not always immediately obvious to the naked eye, but when found in the right condition, it can make the coin worth far more than its original face value. Additionally, coins that are in excellent, uncirculated condition or those that have been professionally graded by services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can significantly increase in value. A 2010 Lincoln penny in pristine condition, especially if it features a rare mint mark or error, can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. So, what exactly does the 2010 penny mean for collectors? It's a perfect example of how even the most common coins can become treasures when they are rare, well-preserved, or have unique features. The beauty of coin collecting lies in its unpredictability. A coin that was once in widespread circulation can, over time, become a valuable artifact of history. One of the most important things that collectors look for in the 2010 Lincoln penny is its condition. Coins that have been well circulated often show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, or worn edges. But coins that have been carefully preserved, whether in a coin album or a protective case, can maintain their original shine and detail. These coins are often worth more, especially if they have been graded highly by professionals. A 2010 penny with a grade of MS67 or higher, for example, could be worth a significant amount more than a standard circulated penny. Another factor that has contributed to the 2010 Lincoln Penny's appeal is its connection to Lincoln's legacy. As one of the most beloved and respected figures in American history, Lincoln's image is one that resonates deeply with collectors, historians, and the general public alike. Coins featuring Lincoln are seen not just as pieces of currency, but as symbols of the ideals that the president stood for: freedom, equality, and justice. This emotional connection makes the 2010 Lincoln penny more than just a coin, it's a piece of American history. The value of the 2010 Lincoln 1-cent penny can vary widely depending on a number of factors, including the mint mark, the condition of the coin, and whether or not it has any errors. Most 2010 pennies in circulation today are worth only 1 cent. However, when you consider the rarity of certain versions of the coin and the appeal to collectors, the value can rise significantly. For instance, a 2010 penny with a rare double die error could fetch thousands of dollars at auction, while a well-preserved uncirculated penny from the Denver or Philadelphia Mint might be worth hundreds of dollars. And for those who are really fortunate, a 2010 Lincoln penny in near-perfect condition with a rare feature could potentially fetch as much as $25,000. That's right. This simple 1-cent coin, which may seem insignificant to the casual observer, could be worth an extraordinary amount of money depending on the specific circumstances of its production and preservation. As you can see, the 2010 Lincoln penny is much more than just a piece of currency. It is a valuable collectible, rich with history, design, and the potential for great value. The remarkable thing about the 2010 Lincoln penny is that it represents the intersection of history, art, and value. The year 2010 marks an important moment in the story of Lincoln and the story of American coinage. It reminds us that even the smallest, most overlooked items can carry great worth, whether it's the coin in your pocket or the one that's sitting in a collector's vault. The value of the 2010 Lincoln 1-cent penny shows us that, sometimes, the most valuable treasures are those we least expect. So, next time you find a 2010 Lincoln penny in your pocket or your change jar, take a closer look. It could be the start of a new collecting adventure, or, perhaps, the discovery of a coin worth thousands of dollars. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just a casual coin collector, the 2010 Lincoln penny is a reminder that value can be found in the most unexpected places. And that, my friends, is the fascinating story of the 2010 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a small coin that holds a big surprise for those willing to look a little closer. Top 3. When we think of American coins, there are few that are as iconic and enduring as the Lincoln 1-cent penny. This small, copper-colored coin, often found in our pockets or at the bottom of our purses, holds a deep connection to the nation's history. Since its introduction in 1909, the penny has been a quiet companion to Americans, representing both the country's past and its present. Among the thousands of different versions of the Lincoln penny, the 1998 Lincoln 1-cent penny stands out in the world of numismatics. It's not just another penny. This coin carries a story, a legacy, and for a fortunate few, a remarkable value. To understand what makes the 1998 penny special, we must first delve into the context of the year it was minted. The late 1990s were a time of great economic change in the United States. The country had been enjoying a period of unprecedented growth, driven by the rise of technology and the internet, and the world was beginning to see the first signs of the digital revolution. But amidst this surge in progress, the penny, humble and unassuming as it was, remained a constant presence. It was still being minted in large quantities, and as always, it was circulated across the nation, fulfilling its everyday function in transactions both big and small. In 1998, the Lincoln cent was still following a design that had been in place since 1959, the image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The design had been iconic, representing not just the physical memorial in Washington, D.C., but the ideals of freedom and unity that Abraham Lincoln embodied. However, what we see in the 1998 penny isn't just a simple, everyday coin. The beauty of the 1998 penny lies in its place within the larger tapestry of Lincoln's legacy and the broader history of American coinage. The obverse of the 1998 penny, like the coins before it, features the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Brenner's design first appeared on the Lincoln cent in 1909, marking the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The portrait of Lincoln, dignified and solemn, became one of the most recognizable images on U.S. coinage. Over the decades, Lincoln's profile remained a symbol of strength, leadership, and perseverance, his legacy firmly planted in the national consciousness. On the reverse side of the 1998 penny, we find the Lincoln Memorial, a design that has also become synonymous with the penny itself. The memorial, created by Frank Gasparo, was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design not only honored the president's memory but also commemorated the physical monument that stands in Washington, D.C., a place where Americans from all walks of life come to reflect on the values of freedom, equality, and democracy. The Lincoln Memorial is a testament to Lincoln's enduring impact on the nation, and for many collectors, the penny's reverse side is just as powerful and iconic as its obverse. But while the design of the 1998 penny remained largely unchanged from its earlier years, it's important to understand that this coin was minted at a time when the very future of the penny was beginning to come into question. By the late 1990s, the United States had seen significant shifts in the value of money, with inflation steadily increasing the costs of production for coins. In fact, it was during the 1990s that the mint began exploring alternative materials for coins due to the rising cost of copper, the primary material in the penny at the time. While these changes would not come into effect until the early 2000s, the 1998 penny marked one of the last years when pennies were primarily made of copper. The 1998 penny is also notable for being part of a series of regular circulation coins that were struck at multiple U.S. mint locations. Pennies were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints that year, and each coin bore a distinctive mint mark, with the Philadelphia coins typically marked with a P, and those from Denver marked with a D. These mint marks are important to collectors, as they can indicate not only where the coin was struck but also give insight into potential variations in quality and rarity. But what makes the 1998 Lincoln penny truly stand out in the eyes of collectors are the rare and often unexpected variations that can occur during the minting process. Some of these variations are caused by errors in the die used to strike the coins, leading to misprints, doubling, or other imperfections that make the coin highly desirable. The 1998 penny, in particular, is known for several key errors that can significantly increase its value. One of the most well-known errors that collectors search for in the 1998 penny is the doubled die variety. This occurs when the die used to strike the penny is misaligned, leading to doubled or blurry images on the coin. In the case of the 1998 penny, this error typically affects the date and the word Liberty, which can appear as if they'd been struck multiple times. The double die error is one of the most exciting and valuable finds for penny collectors, as it can greatly increase the rarity and worth of the coin. Coins with this error, especially in good condition, can fetch impressive prices at auction, sometimes reaching thousands of dollars. Another factor that can affect the value of the 1998 penny is its condition. Like all coins, the state of preservation plays a critical role in its collectability and value. Coins that are well circulated, showing signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, tend to have a lower value than those that are in near perfect or uncirculated condition. Many collectors seek out pennies from 1998 that have been carefully preserved in protective cases or are still in mint condition, as these coins are much rarer than those found in daily circulation. The market for rare and valuable coins has grown significantly over the years, and as the interest in coin collecting has expanded, so too has the demand for certain types of coins. The 1998 Lincoln penny, especially in pristine condition or with an error, has become one of the more sought-after modern pennies. For numismatists, the 1998 penny represents not just a piece of history but an opportunity to own a rare and valuable item from an era that marked the closing years of the 20th century. Now, the big question: what is the current value of a 1998 Lincoln penny? If you happen to have one of these rare specimens in your collection, especially one with a double die error or in mint condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. While most 1998 pennies are worth only their face value of 1 cent, a rare 1998 double die penny, in uncirculated condition, could easily fetch anywhere from a few $100s to thousands. But the ultimate surprise comes for the truly rare specimens, those in pristine condition, with rare varieties, or those that have been graded as exceptional. For these coins, the value can soar to impressive heights. Some 1998 pennies with significant errors or in flawless condition have been known to sell for as much as $35,000, making them one of the most valuable modern pennies in circulation. So, what makes this penny worth so much? The answer lies in its rarity. While the U.S. Mint struck millions of pennies in 1998, only a very small percentage of these coins have survived in excellent condition or with rare errors that make them highly sought after by collectors. As with many coins, the rarity, condition, and any unique features or mistakes in the minting process are what ultimately determine the coin's value. And for the lucky few who happen to stumble upon a 1998 penny with the right characteristics, the payoff can be nothing short of extraordinary. In the end, the 1998 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a perfect example of how even the most unassuming coins can hold significant value and historical importance. From its design, honoring the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, to the subtle variations and errors that make it a prized collectible, the 1998 penny has carved out its own place in the world of numismatics. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the fascinating world of coins, the 1998 penny serves as a reminder that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the greatest worth. So, next time you come across a 1998 Lincoln penny, take a moment to inspect it. It might just be a common coin to most people, but to a discerning collector, it could be a key to unlocking a hidden treasure worth thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. After all, in the world of coin collecting, every penny has a story to tell, and the 1998 Lincoln penny has one of the most exciting tales of all. Top 4. The story of the Lincoln 1-cent penny is a journey that intertwines with the history, values, and evolution of the United States itself. This humble little coin, which most of us hardly give a second glance to, has been circulating for over a century, bearing the image of one of America's greatest presidents, Abraham Lincoln. As a staple of American currency, the penny has undergone many changes in its design, composition, and minting processes. But there is one year, the year 2013, that stands out in the world of coin collectors and numismatics. A coin that tells a unique story and has hidden value waiting to be discovered. To fully appreciate the significance of the 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny, we need to understand a bit about its history and the context in which it was minted. The first Lincoln penny was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first time that an actual person's portrait appeared on a U.S. coin, and it was designed by the artist Victor David Brenner. Since then, the Lincoln cent has been minted in various designs, all of which have celebrated Lincoln's legacy in different ways. For the most part, the design of the Lincoln penny has remained consistent. For decades, the obverse has featured Lincoln's familiar portrait, with only minor adjustments made to the details over time. On the reverse, the coin has gone through different stages, originally featuring 2 ears of wheat, later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. And then, in 2009, a series of reverse designs that celebrated significant moments in Lincoln's life. The coin that we're discussing, the 2013 Lincoln penny, is part of this rich tradition. But what makes the 2013 penny unique is not just its design, it's the timing of its minting, the condition in which it survives, and the story behind its production. By 2013, the Lincoln penny had become a regular feature of American life. The U.S. Mint had struck billions of pennies over the years, yet the 2013 coin was one of the last pennies to be made primarily from a copper-plated zinc composition. In 1982, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint had switched to a new composition, making the penny more affordable to produce, yet maintaining its copper-plated appearance. This would be one of the last years before changes would be implemented in the following decade to reduce production costs even further, making the 2013 Lincoln penny a historical artifact of its time. The 2013 penny was struck at 2 U.S. Mint locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Like most other coins, these pennies were marked with mint marks to indicate where they were produced. The Philadelphia Mint's pennies were marked with a P mint mark, while the Denver Mint's pennies bore a D. As with most modern coins, the difference between these two mint marks doesn't seem significant to the casual observer, but for collectors, it can mean the difference between a regular coin and one with a potentially higher value. The 2013 Lincoln penny continued to feature the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on its obverse, a design that had been in place since 1909. However, while the obverse had remained unchanged for more than a century, the reverse of the coin presented a more subtle but still significant feature that would captivate collectors for years to come. By 2013, the penny had transitioned back to a design featuring the Lincoln Memorial. This design, which had first appeared on the reverse of the penny in 1959, had been a symbol of Lincoln's enduring legacy for generations. The memorial, situated on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., represents the strength of the Union, the values of freedom and equality, and the legacy of a man who gave his life to preserve the nation during its most difficult time. While the design and composition of the 2013 penny may seem standard, the real magic lies in the smaller details. Like any year's coinage, slight variations or imperfections in the minting process can result in coins that are more valuable than their face value. One such feature of the 2013 penny that has caught the attention of numismatists and collectors is the potential for error coins. Error coins are created when something goes wrong during the production process. When the die is misaligned, the strike is doubled, or the coin receives an unusual imprint. These coins, often considered anomalies, can become highly prized by collectors. In particular, 2013 saw several varieties of error coins that are now highly sought after. For instance, there were reports of 2013 pennies with the double die error, where certain elements of the design, such as the date or the lettering, were struck multiple times, resulting in a faint shadow or duplication of the design. These doubled die errors occur when the die used to strike the coin is not properly aligned, resulting in a design that is not perfectly crisp and clear. A 2013 penny with a doubled die, especially one in excellent condition, could command a much higher price than a typical penny from the same year. Additionally, other types of errors such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and more subtle minting imperfections have been found in the 2013 Lincoln pennies, all of which have the potential to boost a coin's value significantly. A 2013 penny with a well-preserved error could be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars, depending on the rarity and severity of the error. But error coins aren't the only reason the 2013 penny is gaining traction in the world of coin collectors. Coins that have been carefully preserved in perfect or near-perfect condition are often more valuable than those that have been circulated. A penny that has been kept in pristine condition, untouched by time or the wear and tear of daily transactions, can be a rare find in today's world of constant use and digital transactions. Uncirculated 2013 pennies, especially those graded by reputable services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are much more valuable than one might expect. In fact, a 2013 penny in mint state condition can easily be worth several dollars, depending on its grade. But the real excitement comes when a 2013 Lincoln penny has both a rare error and is in excellent, uncirculated condition. These coins are the crown jewels of any collection and can fetch impressive sums at auctions. In fact, some of the most coveted 2013 pennies with errors or in perfect condition have been sold for thousands of dollars. While most people may not think twice about a penny they find on the street, for collectors, these seemingly insignificant pieces of currency hold immense potential. So, what is the current value of a 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny? Well, it depends. A typical 2013 penny in circulation is worth, of course, just 1 cent. However, a well-preserved coin in uncirculated condition could be worth a few dollars, and if it has a rare minting error, such as a doubled die or an off-center strike, the value can rise dramatically. Some 2013 pennies with significant errors have been known to sell for as much as $15,000 or more at auction. That's right, this simple penny, which is worth just 1 cent to most people, could be worth thousands of dollars to the right buyer. For collectors, The 2013 Lincoln penny serves as a reminder of how even the most ordinary coins can become extraordinary with time. It's a testament to the unpredictable nature of coin collecting. A coin that was once used in everyday transactions, without much thought or attention, can become a rare treasure when it possesses certain unique characteristics, whether it be an error, an uncirculated condition, or a historical significance. This is what makes the world of coin collecting so fascinating. You never know what you might find when you sift through a jar of loose change or examine a coin from your pocket. The 2013 Lincoln 1-cent penny is a prime example of how even a modern penny can hold value far beyond its face value, depending on the circumstances of its production and preservation. The story of the 2013 Lincoln penny reminds us that coins are more than just currency. They are artifacts of history. They reflect the changing values of a nation, the shifting economic realities of its time, and the artistry of the men and women who designed them. For collectors, each coin holds a story, a history that is waiting to be uncovered and appreciated. And for those who are fortunate enough to discover a rare, error-filled, or well-preserved 2013 penny, that story can become an incredible journey of discovery, with a valuable reward at the end.so. The next time you come across a 2013 Lincoln penny, take a moment to appreciate its history, its design, and the potential it holds. You might just be holding a piece of numismatic history in your hand, one that could be worth much more than its face value. Top 5. The Lincoln 1-cent penny, often taken for granted in our daily lives, holds far more than just a face value of 1 cent. As the smallest and most frequently circulated coin in U.S. currency, the penny carries with it a rich history, a symbol of American culture, and occasionally, a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. For the astute numismatist, the 2016 Lincoln 1-cent penny is one of those rare examples where a coin, seemingly so ordinary, can have an extraordinary backstory. The journey of the Lincoln penny begins long before 2016, all the way back in 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The first penny, designed by Victor David Brenner, featured the president's image on the obverse and a pair of wheat ears on the reverse, a design that would stand until 1959. This inaugural design marked a monumental shift in U.S. coinage as it was the first time a real person's portrait was featured on an American coin. Over time, the Lincoln penny went through several transformations, with different designs and compositions, yet it has remained a testament to the legacy of one of the most revered presidents in American history. Fast forward to 2016, a year in which the Lincoln 1-cent penny would see some interesting developments. By this point, the design on the reverse side of the coin had undergone several changes. Since 1959, the Lincoln Memorial had graced the back of the penny, symbolizing the unity and strength that President Lincoln stood for. However, in 2009, in celebration of the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint introduced a series of innovative reverse designs that focused on key moments in Lincoln's life, from his birth and formative years to his presidency. These designs, although temporary, became an exciting point of interest for collectors. The 2016 Lincoln penny, however, returned to the classic design featuring the Lincoln Memorial on its reverse. The Memorial, an iconic structure on the National Mall in Washington, D.C., stands as a tribute not only to Lincoln's life but to his ideals of liberty, equality, and democracy. This design, created by Frank Gasparo and first minted in 1959, would remain on the penny's reverse until 2019, when the centennial of the Lincoln penny's introduction would bring about another design change. But in 2016, the familiar Lincoln Memorial was once again a symbol of the enduring legacy of Lincoln. The obverse of the 2016 penny, as with all modern Lincoln pennies, featured the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln, this time in a design that had been unchanged since 1909. The portrait of Lincoln was based on a photograph taken by Matthew Brady, one of the most famous photographers of the 19th century, whose images of Lincoln have become some of the most iconic in American history. This profile of Lincoln, with his distinctive beard and thoughtful expression, has become almost as synonymous with the penny as the coin itself. The 2016 penny was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver, with coins from each mint bearing their respective mint marks, a P, for Philadelphia and a D for Denver. These mint marks help collectors trace where the penny was struck and provide them with clues about the coin's potential rarity or value. Although the difference between the two mint marks is subtle, for collectors, it's a crucial piece of the puzzle when determining the rarity and desirability of the coin. Despite its enduring popularity, the 2016 penny marked a point in history when the penny was coming under increasing scrutiny. The cost of minting pennies had been rising for years, largely due to the increased price of copper, which is the primary metal used in the coin's composition. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from a copper core to a zinc core, with a thin copper plating, in an effort to reduce costs. This change made the penny cheaper to produce, but it also marked the beginning of a gradual shift away from traditional materials used in coinage. The 2016 penny was still part of this tradition, made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, but the question of whether the penny would continue to be minted remained a topic of debate in the public sphere. While the 2016 penny itself may seem like a routine coin, there are several factors that make it significant in the world of numismatics. Like all coins, the condition of a 2016 Lincoln penny plays a critical role in its value. Most of the pennies produced that year were circulated and bear the usual signs of wear and tear, slight scratches, discoloration, and the usual imperfections that come from being handled and spent. However, it's the coins that have been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition that hold the most allure for collectors. A coin in mint state condition, meaning it has never been in circulation and shows no signs of wear, is considered far rarer than a circulated coin. And for the 2016 Lincoln penny, those coins that have been preserved in perfect condition are among the most sought after by collectors. These pennies are often kept in sealed plastic holders or graded by professional coin grading services such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These services evaluate a coin's condition on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. A 2016 penny that is graded in gem uncirculated condition, meaning it has no noticeable flaws and is virtually perfect, can be highly valuable to collectors who want the finest examples of U.S. currency. However, the real value of the 2016 Lincoln penny lies in a much rarer feature: the potential for mint errors. When coins are struck at the U.S. Mint, they often undergo a series of processes that can result in imperfections. Sometimes these errors are so significant that they make the coin incredibly valuable to collectors. Errors like off-center strikes, die cracks, or double striking are some of the most common types of minting mistakes that increase a coin's value. A 2016 Lincoln penny with an error could command a significantly higher price than a regular coin. For example, a 2016 penny with a double die error, where the image of Lincoln or the lettering appears to be duplicated, could be worth far more than the standard 1-cent value. This occurs when the coin's die, the metal stamp used to imprint the design on the coin, is misaligned during the minting process. The result is a distorted or doubled design, making the coin a rare find for any collector. These kinds of errors are a treasure for numismatists, who actively search for them in the hopes of finding a penny worth much more than face value. Another type of error that can increase the value of a 2016 Lincoln penny is a die crack, which happens when a crack forms in the die used to strike the coin. When the cracked die is used to mint the coin, the crack appears on the surface of the penny. While this may seem like a flaw to collectors, it's a fascinating anomaly that can add uniqueness and value to the coin. A die crack on a 2016 penny, especially one that is clearly visible and in a prominent area like Lincoln's face or the date, can significantly boost the coin's value in the eyes of collectors. So, what is the current value of a 2016 Lincoln 1-cent penny? Most of the 2016 pennies in circulation are worth, as expected, only 1 cent. However, if you have a 2016 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, it may be worth several dollars to collectors. And if you happen to possess a 2016 penny with a rare mint error, such as a double die or die crack, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. The most valuable 2016 Lincoln pennies, especially those with significant errors and in excellent condition, can fetch as much as $10,000 or more at auction. These kinds of valuable discoveries are what make coin collecting such an exciting hobby. The 2016 Lincoln Penny, much like other coins in the Lincoln Cent series, may seem ordinary at first glance, but to the trained eye of a collector, it can be a treasure trove of possibilities. Whether you're just starting out in numismatics or you've been collecting for years, it's always worth examining your pennies, especially those from years like 2016, when era coins and high-quality specimens can yield unexpected rewards. In the end, the story of the 2016 Lincoln 1-cent penny is not just about a coin. It's about the history and legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the artistry and craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint, and the thrill of uncovering rare and valuable pieces of American history. The 2016 penny might seem like just another coin, but for those with a passion for collecting and a keen eye for detail, it holds the potential for incredible discovery. So, the next time you come across a 2016 penny, take a moment to look closer. It may be worth far more than just a cent, and you could be holding a piece of history worth thousands of dollars. Top 6. The Lincoln 1-cent penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, a symbol of both the nation's history and its enduring economic spirit. Often overlooked in daily transactions, this seemingly modest coin holds a rich story, especially when we focus on certain years. Today, we're delving into the 2015 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that, like all pennies, represents more than just 1 cent. It carries the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, whose image has been on the coin for over a century, and with it, a fascinating blend of history, design, and the potential for discovery. To understand the importance of the 2015 Lincoln penny, we need to look at its history. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The coin featured a design by Victor David Brenner, showcasing the first ever portrait of a historical figure on U.S. coinage. This bold decision to put Lincoln on the penny set the stage for the modern design of the coin, one that has remained, with only a few modifications, the same ever since. Over the decades, the penny has undergone various changes, both in terms of design and composition. However, the image of Abraham Lincoln, with his distinct beard and somber expression, has remained a constant reminder of the values of unity and freedom that defined his presidency. For many years, the reverse of the Lincoln penny featured 2 wheat ears, a design that was used until 1959. That year, the reverse was changed to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a monumental tribute to Lincoln's legacy. This design would remain in place until 2009, when, to mark the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint introduced a series of special reverse designs to highlight significant moments in Lincoln's life. These changes were temporary, and by 2010, the Lincoln Memorial design returned to the reverse of the coin. The 2015 Lincoln penny, however, did not follow the path of special reverse designs from earlier years. It was minted with the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, which was a poignant reminder of Lincoln's pivotal role in shaping the United States. The Lincoln Memorial itself, a grand symbol of American values, stands on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. This iconic structure, designed by architect Henry Bacon and completed in 1922, features a massive statue of Lincoln seated in contemplation, gazing out over the reflecting pool. The memorial serves not only as a tribute to Lincoln but as a symbol of the enduring strength of the nation he preserved during the Civil War. On the obverse of the 2015 Lincoln penny, we again find the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, as designed by Brenner over a century ago. This portrait, which has become synonymous with the penny itself, is a dignified representation of the 16th President of the United States, a man who led the nation through its most tumultuous period. Lincoln's profile is iconic, capturing both his leadership and his humility, a leader who was deeply connected to the ideals of freedom, equality, and justice. The 2015 penny thus carried with it a timeless connection to Lincoln's legacy, an unbroken thread through history. But the 2015 penny isn't just a piece of history, it's a product of the modern minting process, and the way it was produced has a direct impact on its collector appeal. By 2015, The U.S. Mint had already made significant changes to the composition of the penny, as a response to rising copper prices. Since 1982, the penny had been made from a mixture of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This new composition made pennies much cheaper to produce than in the past, but it also altered the traditional copper look of the coin. However, the 2015 penny remained a coin that, despite its relatively low face value, held significant appeal for collectors, especially those who appreciate the nuances and details of modern minting. The minting process itself is one of the most critical factors that contribute to the rarity and value of coins. The 2015 Lincoln penny was minted at several locations across the country, including the Philadelphia Mint, which produced pennies with the familiar P mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which used the D mint mark. These mint marks are essential to collectors, who often look for coins from specific mints or particular years as part of their collecting strategy. While most of the 2015 pennies were produced in massive quantities, the differences in mint marks can create subtle distinctions that add to the rarity and value of a coin. But beyond mint marks, the true value of a 2015 Lincoln penny comes down to its condition and the potential for errors. In most cases, the penny circulated widely and shows signs of wear, scratches, discoloration, and other imperfections that come with use. However, as any numismatist will tell you, coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are highly prized. For the 2015 penny, the key to its potential value lies in the quality of the individual coin. Pennies that are uncirculated, meaning they have never been used in daily transactions and show no signs of wear, are far more valuable than their circulated counterparts. These uncirculated coins are carefully preserved, often graded by professional services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, and are sought after by collectors who are looking to complete their sets with the finest examples of U.S. coinage. Additionally, one of the most exciting aspects of coin collecting is the possibility of finding error coins, those that were produced with flaws during the minting process. These errors can range from simple misprints to more dramatic mistakes, and they can greatly increase the value of a coin. For the 2015 Lincoln penny, there were several known types of errors that made certain coins incredibly valuable. For example, some 2015 pennies were struck off-center, meaning the design was misaligned on the coin. Other errors included die cracks, where a flaw in the die used to strike the coin left an imperfection on the surface of the penny. These types of errors can make a coin much rarer, and as a result, they can command significantly higher prices than a standard, error-free coin. One of the most common errors to look out for is the double die error, which occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned during the minting process. This results in a design that appears to be doubled, with elements like the date, lettering, or Lincoln's portrait showing a faint shadow. Double die errors are highly sought after by collectors because of their rarity, and a 2015 penny with this type of error could be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars, depending on the severity of the mistake and the condition of the coin. The rarity of certain minting errors and the quality of preservation can elevate the value of the 2015 Lincoln penny far beyond its face value. While most people might dismiss the penny as just a piece of loose change, those who are involved in coin collecting understand that even the most unassuming coin can be a hidden gem. A well-preserved, error-free penny from 2015 might sell for only a few dollars, but one with a rare minting error or in perfect condition could be worth much more. So, what is the current value of a 2015 Lincoln 1-cent penny? If you were to examine a typical 2015 penny found in circulation, it would be worth just 1 cent, no surprise there. However, when considering a coin in mint condition, or one with a rare error, the value jumps dramatically. A 2015 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition might be worth $10 to $50, depending on its grading and mint mark. But if you're lucky enough to own a 2015 penny with an error, such as a doubled die, a misaligned strike, or a die crack, you could be looking at a coin worth anywhere from $500 to $13,000 or even more in some cases, depending on the rarity of the error and its condition. For collectors, The thrill of the hunt is what makes coins like the 2015 Lincoln penny so fascinating. What might appear to be just another penny to the casual observer is, in fact, a piece of history, an artifact with potential waiting to be uncovered. With the right combination of rarity, condition, and error, a 2015 penny can be transformed from a simple coin into a valuable treasure. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the world of numismatics, the 2015 Lincoln penny serves as a reminder of how coins can transcend their face value and become valuable pieces of American heritage. So, the next time you come across a 2015 Lincoln penny, take a closer look. You never know, what appears to be just another coin could hold the potential for a substantial reward. Keep an eye out for those mint errors, and who knows, you might just find a penny worth far more than you ever imagined.